Zhu Yuan has been out for a while now, and her pairing with Nicole has been really strong. Strong enough where even taking Lycon or Ambi on the team felt good. But now with Qingyi, we have a team that is easy to play and probably the strongest in the game. We'll go over each character's role on the team and how to actually use the team. Zhu Yuan is a burst DPS, meaning she can dish out a high amount of damage within a short time period. This damage comes from her core passive's ability to make enhanced shells that deal 40% increased damage and an additional 40% against stunned enemies. Since we are doing a burst rotation where Zhu Yuan is usually on the field when the enemy is stunned, that's basically an 80% damage buff against the stunned enemies. And since you are limited to the number of enhanced attacks she has, you want to make sure that they crit and crit hard. Making crit rate and crit damage extremely important in her build. Conveniently enough, Zhu Yuan's core passive increases her own crit rate by 30% when you have any other support on your team. Qingyi's role on the team is very simple. Apply stacks of subjugation and stun the enemy. Stacks of subjugation are a part of Qingyi's core passive and increase the stun damage multiplier on the enemy by up to 60%. What this means is that when you do stun the enemy, Zhu Yuan is going to do a lot more damage to them. All you have to do is get this voltage meter and hold the basic attack. She will do 5 rush attacks and a lunging finishing strike. Doing this attack one full time will put 10 stacks on your enemy and 20 stacks if they are normal or elite mobs, so make sure to do this golden attack at least 1 time against enemies and 2 times against bosses before you bring Zhu Yuan in for her burst damage. Nicole usually doesn't see much field time, but her role is to provide buffs to your team and debuffs to the enemy. And when she does chain attack, she is going to decrease the enemy's defense by up to 40%. A 25% ether damage bonus to Zhu Yuan and a 40% defense down to enemies that is possible with just a chain attack is absolutely insane. Now let's put it all together in wombo combo with this team. Start out with Qingyi, spam your basic attack 3 so she's just headbanging like crazy. When you get enough energy, hold your EX special. This should put your voltage meter bar at or near golden. Once it's golden, hold basic attack to apply the stacks of subjugation. Stun the enemy, swap to Nicole for an ether damage buff and defense down to enemies. Chain to your Zhu Yuan to come in and hold basic attack for massive damage, or ult and hold basic attack when it's finished for even more damage. If you're fighting against a boss and need to use 3 chain attacks, it doesn't really matter too much what order. Just when you finish the chain attacks, make sure Zhu Yuan is the last chain attack. Let me know if you have questions or need help running this team, or if you found a better combo for this team. I have updated guides for all 3 of these agents on my channel's playlist. Be sure to like and subscribe and come hang out with us on Discord. You can follow me on Twitter and I'll catch you in the next video.